With God all things are possible. The story of an impossible rescue. Matthew 19:26 from one Bible verse. SW The river was rising, and no one could reach him. We all stood helplessly on the edge of the flooded ravine, watching the current rage around a man trapped on top of his overturned pickup truck. Water roared beneath him like a wild animal, hungry and fast. The rescue crews had been trying for hours. Helicopters circled overhead, but couldn't lower a rope without risking the blades in the narrow space. Every attempt to get closer from the bank was swallowed by the muddy surge. I didn't know him, just saw the fear in his eyes from a distance. But my best friend, Miguel, was one of the rescue team leaders. He paced, barked commands, talked into his radio, and then fell quiet. "It's impossible," he said under his breath. "We can't reach him." I didn't know what made me say it. Maybe desperation, maybe faith, maybe both. "No," I said, "it's not impossible. Not with God." He looked at me like I was grasping at straws, and maybe I was. But that's when it came, the verse I hadn't thought of in years. With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. Matthew 19:26. I whispered it, then I shouted it, over the noise, over the doubt, over the river. Everyone turned, some with confusion, others with tears. A moment later, one of the firefighters pointed to a tree that had just fallen a few hundred yards upstream. It hit the water hard but didn't sink. It wedged itself between two rocks, forming a narrow, makeshift bridge that stretched almost to the truck. Miguel's eyes widened. He radioed the team. Within minutes, two rescuers crawled across the log with ropes, secured the man, and pulled him to safety. We all cried, cheered, hugged strangers, because we knew that should not have worked, but it did. Later that night, as I stood by the riverbank, I watched the water begin to calm, and I thought about that verse again. With God, all things are possible, not all easy, not all explainable, but possible. That day, I learned that faith isn't just something we keep in our hearts, it is something we speak, especially when the world says, "There's no way," because our God makes a way. Friend, you may be facing something that looks impossible, a diagnosis, a debt, a broken relationship, a future that seems too far gone. But don't give up. With man, it may be impossible, but with God, nothing is. Share and comment this if you believe God still writes the best stories.